Greetings everyone, this is Mr. Mall, and on this quick podcast I wanted to give you some pointers for doing the Projectile Madness Part 2. And so when you're trying to do this, use this simulator, I wanted to let you know something that might change your results a little bit. So when I fire a projectile on the simulation, and I started out from the stock, I start right now, my projectile is in the center of the cannon and we fire it. When I'm determining how far it goes, what I want you to do is I want you to think of from the center of the cannon, for where the ball started, and you'll notice I'm pointing over here in this little X, to when it returns back to that same vertical position. In order to do this, you're going to need to take the X from your measuring tape and put it directly on the X of the middle of the cannon. You should notice that the yellow line of the measuring tape is parallel and on top of the little white line, which is indicating where the horizontal axis is in relation to that cannonball. And then I can drag my little cursor all the way over to how far the projectile landed in relation to that same point in time. So I would actually record the range of this projectile as 28.3 meters rather than the 30.6 meters that's at the top, because that 30.6 meters is taking into account the additional horizontal range after it fell below the cannon, the 1.2 meters that the cannon was already off the ground. And so when I do a complementary angle like 60 degrees and I launch it, if I just look on the ground over here on the bottom right, they do look like they have very different ranges. But if I actually look in relation to where the cannon started and where it ended up, you'll notice where I have my little X on there that they end up at the same place and the ranges are in fact identical. And so as you go back and you do your analysis of this experiment, this is going to be helpful when you're measuring the range versus the launch angle. And I would recommend going up probably by angles of 15 in order to see all the relationships you need to. Now, in terms of the hang time, as you change the angle, yes, the projectile is going to be in the air a little bit longer. Once it passes over that line that's parallel to the cannon, it does fall for a little bit longer. But you are okay with using the times indicated by the computer because you're still going to see the general relationship that we're looking for. All right, this has just been some pointers, and I hope that this has been helpful.